Thanks, Joy, for that session on the Innovator Program. It's sad, but it's the APPIS 2023 Virtual Summit is coming to a close. And I think it's safe to say that the real work starts today. We're going to continue all the programs that you heard about today, the Innovator Program, the APPIS X, and all the resources that are available. But I am super excited to be on the screen with this team that has really worked hard over the last year or so, or many, many months, to put together what I believe was a really great program. So in case you missed anything or would like to revisit any of the sessions, all of the recordings from the past 2 days are going to be available on the APPIS website early next month. So before we close off on our virtual session for the summit, I wanted to take a moment to hear from each of you, the audience, about your highlights and takeaways from the last 2 days. So on your device, if you can please join slido.com, you should be able to see the QR code on the side of the screen and you can scan it. And the ask is you can share one word that best summarizes your key takeaways from our discussions over the last 2 days. And the word cloud will begin to populate as soon as words that you enter come through. But while we're waiting for those your thoughts to come through, I would like to acknowledge my fellow APPIS 2023 council members, most of whom are on the screen right now. As I said, none of this would have been possible without their wisdom, their efforts, their insights, their ideas, their connection to the real world and real patients. All of that they brought to co-create the last 2 days. So a huge thank you to them. As I said, as we wait for the words to come in from you all, maybe I can invite a couple of you with the time that we have left to say a few words. I'm going to randomly pick from the screen. Maybe I start with Bahija, if that's okay. The question I have for you, and I think the audience would also love to hear, is what words would you add to the word cloud to summarize the sessions over the last 2 days? I think you're on mute.
Yeah. Thank you. I think the word is التعاون والشراكة الفعلية. It means in Arabic collaboration and effective partnerships, because collaboration is at the core of APPIS over the last years and to this years also. And we have seen it's over the last 2 days that we have many opportunities to collaborate and to drive action for better patient outcomes. And also another word is inspiration, because I'm really grateful to being here and listening to all these stories about hope, about fighting, about collaboration, about resilience. Also, I'm really impressed by all these stories, and I learned a lot of things about patients today. And I'm looking to keep touch with all this person and these leaders of the region to improve healthcare condition in our region. Thank you very much, Ruth.
Thanks, Bahija. I'm looking on the screen. Maybe Stanley, I can come to you. I'm thinking about the talk that you gave in terms of the telemedicine in China. So what 2 words would you use to summarize the advice that you had when it comes to engaging with patients on digital platforms specifically?
Yeah, thank you, Ruth. The word I'm trying to say is connection. I have been traveling in the past 2 days from North China to South China, between the airports, hotels, and now I'm coming home. Yes, I'm doing business. Some people believe business is about money, is about value, but my perspective is business is about connection. We are trying to connecting people, resource together. Of course, this is commercial side. It has commercial purpose, but if you look at non-commercial side or public side, they're also doing the same thing. They're also doing the business, trying to connecting the policymakers, governments, NGOs, organizations, industry, putting all these stakeholders together. That can make our voice to be heard. That can make us to be powerful. I think APPIS is also a connection platform to connecting the people from Asia, from Middle East, from Africa. Before APPIS, we are like scattered dots all around the world, but APPIS collected us together and put our voice together and make our voice to be heard and make our voice to be loud. So I'm really excited about APPIS events. And I have been reading the day one highlights on the trip. And I can feel it's very powerful. It's very insightful. So I pretty much look forward over next year event. Of course, we have some events this year. I would suggest more people to participate and more people to engage in this event. So thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you, Stanley. Thanks for sharing that. Let me see who else. Julie, maybe I come to you. And I think I would love to hear your thoughts after the last 2 days. What are some of the 1 or 2 words that come to mind sitting through sort of the last 2 days and the many months beforehand, helping us plan as well, of course?
For me, it's about relationships, definitely building relationships. You've got new relationships and friendships that you're now forming with people. I've definitely formed a friendship with all my fellow council members. And the other word I would use is mentorship. You know, we're all here to mentor each other and support each other through this journey. And people hear me say all the time, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. We're here together running the race, and we also need to run that race together. It's not something we can do alone, and our relationships and building those relationships together with each other have enabled us to gather momentum, get the things that we need done quicker, because we're learning and we're taking bits and pieces from each other's relationship that can help our own journey. Don't reinvent the wheel here. Somebody has the solution, borrow it, use it, take it, acknowledge where you got it from and say thank you very much, and move and use it for your own need so that you get to the finish line quicker. This is about us all getting there together, building that relationship, building that collaboration, mentoring each other, and making sure we're all winners and we're all those heroes like we spoke about before.
Thank you, Julie. I'm looking at the time, so maybe Rod, I come to you for a final word from the council. I mean, you've been part of APPIS since its inception in 2021. So I'd love to hear how you would sum up the progress we've made over the last few years, and also what you hope what you hope for the future when you look at it, when you think about APPIS and where we could go as well.
Yeah, you know, Ruth, during the pandemic, we faced a lot of challenges. But we came together as a healthcare community to overcome these challenges. The participants joined APPIS to learn, share, and grow. For me, APPIS has built on that spirit of community and partnership to help us move forward in other areas of healthcare. And there is no way we will not be able to accomplish more now that the pandemic is almost over. Personally, I've been delighted to see new faces at every APPIS Summit, meet new council members, to hear new voices join the conversation, helping to push forward our mission of accelerating access, of course, to patients everywhere. And finally, I hope that we use these great discussions and learnings from the summit, translate this into action, partnerships, and real impact for patients. And that as a community, we are sharing those successes, best practices, and knowledge with each other so that we might have a broader impact in the region. For the patients, always remember, nothing about us without us. So thank you, Ruth. Thank you, council members, for the opportunity to having known you and to having worked with you these past months.
That's a beautiful way to end, Rod. And I think we saw the different words coming through, and it's so nice to see from the audience a lot of the words that you each shared: partnership, impact, collaboration, inspiration, all of the things that a lot of you said I see reflected in the audience as well. So that's a good sort of validation that we are on the right track. We've had, I think, just respecting everyone's time, I think I want to say again a big thank you to the council that is on the call today, as well as those who couldn't attend. Again, 2023 APPIS and before and after would not be possible without you. And all I can say also is maybe a big goodbye. We can wave goodbye to the audience, and thank you again for joining us for the last 2 days. And we look forward to connecting throughout the year. Yes, Korean heart.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's the thought of PM when your heart's just like a drum, beating louder with nowhere to guard it. When it all seems like it's wrong, sing along to Elton John and to that feeling we're just getting started.